The Gamer's Guide to the Metaverse here with Gamernomics. First episode of 2023, and despite all of the stuff that's been happening and uncertainty in the crypto market, we've got some good gaming news to share with you. While 2022 was a difficult year for cryptocurrency, there was strong data that came out in 2022 about crypto gaming, which I'll share with you later in the video. I'll also talk about Yuga Labs and their first game inspired by Bored Ape Yacht Club called Dookey. Then I'll follow on from last episode by introducing the third and final game from the Illuvium ecosystem, Illuvium 0. And finally, I'll go through some brief news from Neopets Metaverse, Dapper Labs, Ledger, and search for ANAMERA. First up, let's talk about Dookey. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Dookey is a new game from the producer of generative crypto NFTs, Yuga Labs, the company behind the legendary Bored Ape Yacht Club and other side collections. This new game is a skill-based endless runner, similar to the popular mobile games Subway Surfer and Temple Run. The highest scores will potentially win a special key to a mysterious and important box. To play Dookey, you need to purchase one of the 4 tiers of sewer mint passes. The higher the tier, the higher the score multipliers. So if you're looking to win that key, you'll want to invest in the top tier pass. Currently, the entry-level tier 1 pass is trading for 2.4 ETH. And the tier 4 pass is selling for 6.3 ETH, and players will have until February 15 to achieve the highest score. While the game is fun and addicting, especially if you're hunting the key, it is ridiculously expensive to play, with prices starting at $3,700 which is 2.4 ETH. And furthermore, there have been some Twitter discussions around the originality and creativity of the game, following an uncovering of an almost identical open source game made in 2008. I'm really excited to talk about this one. Illuvium have released their third interoperable blockchain game, Illuvium 0. That's right, they've added a third game to the family. Illuvium 0 joins forces with Illuvium Arena and Illuvium Overworld, making a total of 3 interoperable games. And let me tell you, this is a game changer. With all 3 of these games under the same roof, you can now own and manage your in-game assets across 3 different games. In Illuvium 0, players get to build their very own virtual industrial complex and collect essential elements, precious fuel, and unique blueprints on Illuvium land. These elements are crucial in building futuristic structures in Illuvium 0 that produce highly sought after resources. And the fuel, well, that's what enables players to explore the Illuvium overworld and collect Illuvials, the Pokemon-inspired collectible creatures. But there's more. The blueprint unlocks the ability to produce skins for use in the other Illuvium games. This interconnectivity is what sets Illuvium apart, allowing players to impact other games within the same ecosystem just by playing one. Now, for all you free-to-play gamers out there, don't worry. You can still experience the full gameplay without paying a dime. However, if you want to access the revenue-generating assets, you'll need to own some Illuvium land. And for all you landowners, you'll be able to trade fuel, blueprints, and elements on the Illuvium secondary market known as the Illuvidex. In other news, Neopets Metaverse has closed $4 million in its latest investment round. The browser game, which was established in 1999, gained popularity as a virtual pet browser game, attracting approximately 150 million fans worldwide. They have more recently established Neopets Metaverse in a bid to bring virtual pets to the blockchain and utilize NFT technology in a collectible context. The game will be free to play and contain elements of GameFi. The new round of funding follows the successful launch of Neopets Meta Alpha, which is available on the Neopets Metaverse website. Ledger, the popular hardware wallet company, has announced the release of COMETH Battle on its Ledger Live app. COMETH Battle is a free-to-play card game similar to Hearthstone and Gods Unchained. It's built on the Polygon network, and it's set in a science fiction world where players battle space invaders and ships. You need a dedicated Ledger wallet to play the game through the Ledger Live app. This is an interesting requirement as it provides gamers with the access to Ledger security ecosystems, but it also is a barrier of entry as gamers will need to learn about Ledger and also access it. If more Web3 games are marketed through Ledger, it could be a really interesting alternative release platform for game developers. Unfortunately, Dapper Labs, the company behind card collectible NFT projects NBA Top Shot, NFL All Day, and UFC Strike, has announced a 22% cut in its workforce to begin 2023. Web3 MMORPG game Search for ANAMERA has announced its launch on Immutable X. The game is built on Unreal Engine 5 by developers including ex-Konami employees. This is another project aiming to compete in the AAA rated category of games, similar to Illuvium. Search for ANAMERA boasts a never-ending sandbox, which aims to retain gamers in the long term with never-ending content. Public beta testnets are estimated to be released in 2023, with the full release target for the end of 2024. There is still a lot of development to be done for such an ambitious project, so gamers will need to wait and see if they deliver. Okay, let's end with a few nerdy stats from 2022 in gaming. According to DAPPER, gaming accounts for almost 50% of all on-chain activity that they track. This is a huge milestone for the industry, showing just how much it's grown and expanded over the past few years. And it's not just the amount of activity that's impressive, but the number of unique active wallets as well. DAPPER reported that there are 1.13 million unique active wallets connected to game dApps every day across 48 different blockchains. That's an increase of 85% from last year, indicating just how much the industry is expanding. The on-chain game transactions have also reached an all-time high, with 7.4 billion on-chain game transactions in 2022 alone. This represents a 37% increase from 2021 and a staggering 3,260% increase since 2020. It's clear that the crypto gaming industry is not just growing, but it's thriving. And the success of the industry is not just limited to on-chain activity. Investment in Web3 gaming and Metaverse raised an impressive $7.6 billion in 2022. This highlights the potential and growth of the crypto gaming industry and its increasing popularity in the mainstream. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And remember, more detailed information is available on our Gameonomics news blog, including project overviews, industry news, and discussions. So have a look at that if you're interested, and see you soon.